guys. Well done. I'll give credit where it's due. All right, first and foremost, if you have joined us since the last team meeting, which was only 3 weeks ago, so probably not, please stand up and introduce yourself. No one. Okay. Happy birthday to my December birthday babies. If you celebrate a birthday in December, come on up and get your gift cards. He knew. He slid right in. Happy birthday. Okay, we're prematurely celebrating. That's cool. All right, a few announcements. First and foremost, I want to say thank you and congratulations of all of the food donations that you brought in for the holiday party. We were able to donate 458 pounds of food to Agua Fria Food Bank. So they were most grateful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, Chris and I carried 458 pounds downstairs, put it in the vehicle, and then unloaded it at the food bank. I tried. I did indeed. Some holiday hours announcements. Our office is going to be unstaffed and doors locked Wednesday the 24th through Friday the 26th. So I know a lot of title companies and the county the county recorder's office is usually half a day on Christmas Eve, and they will be open on the 26th. We will not be. So plan your closing pickups accordingly. We also will be closed on the 31st and the 1st. So make note of that. We just want to make sure you're prepared. In addition to that, I will have limited availability starting the 23rd until Christmas. I hope to God none of you call me on Christmas. I love you, but every single year somebody has called with a contract question on Christmas. I don't like you anymore after that. So I appreciate that you're working, but unless literally this is going to be a severe lawsuit situation, you can wait until the 26th. My husband, as many of you may know, is from Colorado. He has not had a white Christmas in over 27 years because I dragged him down here to be with me. So we are going to attempt to have a white Christmas in Leavenworth, Washington, the place where it has a 98% chance of seeing snow on Christmas. However, this year they are 14 degrees higher than average and they have not had any sitting snow. So please wish him good luck and let's hope for the best that we will actually see some snow on Christmas. So I will be available. I am not going to ask somebody else to cover for me for those days. Text will be the best way to reach me. Oh, WCR is hosting in conjunction with WeServe an upcoming kind of all-day seminar, learning experience, all those good things called Ignite. It is for women, but men are invited. So if you would like, especially if you're single and you want a place to pick up chicks, this might be an opportunity for you. It is free for WeServe or WCR members, and lunch is included. So that is coming up in January, and then you can scan the code there. All right, we now illegally have after-hours access through our fobs, but a couple of notes on this. What does illegally mean? It means that the fire relay system for whatever department needs to come check it out hasn't come yet. It is what it is. We're letting you in. So to get in, the only access point into the building after hours is the north side. So you have to enter from the garage side. This door down here, the front door, will not work. It is not tied to our fob system. So use the back door for all intents and purposes. And then the fob reader is on the wall back over here, kind of to the right of the door, depending on where you're standing. Okay, are we good? Packages. A lot of you are receiving packages from vendors, especially for the holidays. We put those in the cabinet above the copier. So if you're looking for a package, that's where it is. I've already talked about this a couple of times, but I'm still getting questions. Fingerprint clearance cards. Are they now required to have those on file to renew your license? They are not yet. It is coming, okay? But it is about a 14-month rollout process. So what I want you to know is that I am going to be working on finding a company that can come in for a day and do digital fingerprinting for everyone. And then just whatever they charge, you'll pay that fee on site. That way you don't have to worry about it. You can just come and take care of it. Yeah. Yeah, see, the clearance cards are good for 5 years, and that's the one that you'll have to renew. So mine's been expired for I don't even know how long, an embarrassing long amount. I'm sure all of yours are getting there as well. So while it's not required to renew right now, that will be happening. I also discussed this. So for those of you who are thinking about making a career change of some sort, or the fees are too much because we've had a couple of really slow years, we do have other options available to you. So before you let your license go or you go inactive, definitely talk to me. Our referral program is amazing, and it was something we didn't even offer prior to this year. So do not just go inactive. You can still get your free CE classes on the referral program. You can still stay in touch, attend meetings, figure out what's going on in the market in case you do decide to jump back in. But the biggest part is you can be legally paid for referring business to someone else. If you are inactive, you cannot. So it is only $99 a year. That's it. You don't pay any other fees. So please, please, you worked hard for that license. Don't let it go. We have other options for you. Lindsay. It's like, I know I saw you somewhere. Okay, well, you're doing that. I think I hear a TV, so I'm going to try to turn this down.
Good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me in the back? I know I'm loud, but just making sure. So I did bring some of the calendars, if you like quick glance calendars, that were on the little table in the back over there. But big announcement. As of October, we've had several emails go out to inform you about our 7.2 plan. So just make sure that you guys have the new plan. We had a minor price increase of $35. So if you are negotiating that $750 for platinum, make sure you now are doing $785. Again, I did put those in the little basket over by the tree on the table over there. I did also include some Spanish ones as well. So if you need some mailed to you or anything like that, please reach out to me and I will get them to you. But that's all I have for you today. I just want to make it short and sweet, and happy holidays, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you. If you need a chair, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right up here. Hold on. I'm working up my spinning range. Come on, Melissa, Amy.
Hey everyone. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Joyous Kwanzaa.
Joyous Kwanzaa. All other ones too. So we were just talking about happy holidays. We do have some of these wonderful desk numbers left. I've got them over here. Does anybody need one?
He's gonna say.
Oh, good.
Jackie Pearl was asking.
Yeah, Dawn's gonna do one too. She's closer.
But there's some up here.
But there's like 4 more, and then we have more in the office, so you need them, and they're all gone. Please let me know, because I can get more of those. And then I wanted just to talk to you real quickly. We had a class that was scheduled last month, I believe, and we didn't have enough people that signed up for it. It was a CE class. It's Understanding New Home Construction. We have that rescheduled for January 13th at our office. Okay, so I haven't put it out to the public yet, so if you want to get in there, let me know. I do have a flyer for you, so you can just tell me if you want to be in it, and I'll just send you the flyer. Okay?
You didn't have enough RSVPs.
I had 3
people.
And
We have so many new builds out of this office. Why in the world would you not take that?
and that wasn't even, I mean, I think most of them were from here, but I put it out to, and
Wow. Okay.
I'm like 1,500
Well,
people.
once I scare the shit out of them with all the Department of Real Estate, they might be attending that class.
Exactly. And then I was also wanted to put out to you guys, if you have a certain class that you're looking for or interested in, if you let me know, I'll see if I can arrange it. We can do it for them here. You get a lot of people here. But you got a lot. And that's all. Have a great day.
Thank you. Tony was not able to join us this morning, but unbeknownst to him, I want to share something. He is actually currently going through the Buffini training. So for those of you who may have heard about it, the 100 Days to Greatness, he is going to lead that starting in January. So keep an eye out for that. There is a discount for Realty One Group agents. I think it's $100 off the program. but it just focuses on all of those key components to building a successful business, which some of us, I think, need to revisit that just because things have changed, right? Market things have changed and people have changed and they're all a bunch of assholes. So now we need to know how to deal with it all. Just kidding. I love some of you. I have a few things for sale from someone who joined our referral only program. So she has 7 lock boxes. She is selling them for $50 a piece. If you are interested, let me know. Excellent. I also have, and I know these are going to go fast, those open house signs that include the frames, $50 for all 6 of them. First person to raise their hand gets them. Done. There are also a ton of riders. I'm like, I pay $50 just for the frames. I don't care about the sign. There are also a ton of riders up here for your signs. These are free. So first come, first serve after the meeting. I swear to God, if one of you jumps up here and does this while I'm talking, there will be hell to pay. I'm not that jolly this time of year. Our next book club will be here. It will be the 13th. Well, that's unfortunate. Hold up a minute. I might have to rethink my life. So does that. So does that. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Let me see about this. I might change the book club because I'm also considering changing the day and time of the team meeting. So we'll stay tuned for what's coming in January. Lots of exciting things. All right, Queen of Hearts, $80. $80 for the person whose card we draw, and then potentially $880 in the cash back. Oh, wait. We got another joiner. Thank you. Okay. Wait. You keep getting. All right. Who else? Who else is a late joiner on this? Give me $5 in a business card. I got one last month. I'm definitely going to do it this month. Who does not have a card in here? Somebody nearby? Good. Choose well. Yes. You deserve it. Come on now.
You know she's dying right now, so she absolutely deserves this.
All right, show me your magic. Well, not the Queen of Hearts. 85. There you go. And the pot keeps growing. Okay, I didn't think that this form would be as confusing as apparently this form has become. So this owner's delayed or limited marketing election addendum has replaced the coming soon addendum. You can't hear me? Okay, tell people behind you to shut up. Okay, can all of you hear me now? Okay, so this has replaced the coming soon addendum. So what you were using the coming soon addendum for was to, in essence, market it via coming soon status or using one exclusives. What is the difference? Thank you. I love that succinct answer. One is to the public. So coming soon, when you're in coming soon status in the MLS, you can do everything you do when a property is in active status. There is no difference in what you do. What is the difference in coming soon status versus active? Yeah, exactly. There's no syndication to third-party sites. That's the only difference. You can do open houses, you can have a sign, you can market it on social media, you can do all of those things in coming soon status. The only difference is on the back end, and it is that it is not syndicating to third-party websites. Okay, so if that is the option they are choosing, they are going with coming soon status in the MLS, then you're going to mark box 17, delayed marketing, on the delayed marketing addendum. Okay, delayed marketing equals coming soon. They are confusing you because they talk about marketing and you're taking that as universal marketing. It's not, it's exclusively referring to third-party syndication. The second one, 21, limited marketing. See how I highlighted office exclusive? So office exclusive means you are not marketing to the public at all. It is not in coming soon status. You are using the one exclusive's Facebook page to market your listing. That is the only place you are marketing your listing, because that is for internal broker marketing only. Are we good? There's only two choices. Please do not make it more confusing than this.
What will it be on the MLS if you're in limited?
It will. When will it be on the MLS?
So if you're taking the listing of a signed contract, but it's not going on the MLS at all, is that right?
So correct. With limited marketing, it's not going to be in the MLS in any status at all. Limited marketing means you do have a signed listing agreement, of course, and you are just marketing it internally through one exclusives before it's going to go into any status in the MLS and before you market it to the public in any way. Yeah. That's hyper uncommon. You might do that for a day or two. Generally speaking, the rest of us are either doing coming soon or we're going active right away. Yeah, Jason.
So when you're inputting this into the MLS, say after 2 weeks or whatever, what date are you putting the list date for MLS?
Always the day you're going live.
Okay, so you're doing an addendum?
No, you don't have to do an addendum. So you can always do a later date in the MLS. It just can't be, obviously it can't be sooner than what your ER says. So now, if you're going to be more than 4 days before it's going into the MLS, you need written instructions up front from your seller for that, because otherwise you're violating armless rules. So armless rules say usually it's 2 to 4 days. It depends on holidays and weekends and all this other jazz, but let's say 4 days. If you're not going to have a listing input into the MLS within 4 days, you need to have written instructions from your seller for that. And that may be this form. Like, you could do the limited marketing option, but realistically, that's probably just a clause in your ER stating that the listing will not be on the MLS until such and such date. Yeah, Christina.
What's the maximum amount that limited marketing offers exclusive?
None. It's for the duration of your listing agreement. Yeah. Yeah, you can do until further notice in writing. If you do that, then you will have to have some sort of document, listing contract addendum after the fact, if you don't already have a predetermined date. Did I see that? Yeah, Gary.
It's not picked up by third-party citations like Zillow, Realtor.com, and all that. Once it goes active, does it then get picked up by those citations?
Sure. That's the intention. The feeds go live. What Zillow specifically does, that's ultimately up to them. But yes, that would be the intention. You don't have to use this if you're going active right away. You wouldn't use this for any reason. But if you're coming soon, or you're not listing and except sharing internally, you would have to have this document. But that depends. Are you marketing it through one exclusives? Are you putting it in coming soon status, or are you not doing anything with it? If you're not doing anything with it, you need to put the clause into the ER that says you're not going to list the property on the MLS until such and such date.
So, like, for example, say I have a listing that's gonna hit active on February 1st. Since there's a 30-day limit coming soon, I can do internal marketing all the way up until that point.
100%. Yeah, so you can mix and match these. So you could do the limited marketing for up to that 30-day mark, and then at that 30-day mark, go coming soon, and then that will require a listing contract addendum because you can't mark everything on this one. So you're going to start with limited marketing, and then you're going to move over to coming soon. So you're going to have to do a new one of these or a listing contract addendum. Yeah, otherwise we're going to be like, why are you marking 2 boxes? Yeah.
Okay, that was my question.
Yeah. Okay, good enough.
Yeah.
Yes. What line in the ER are you referring to?
It's, we're asking questions like photos, the MLS, the unit, all of that. The very first question talks about marketing. It does or does not allow.
So I think it depends on ultimately what I'd have to read the exact line, because I don't know if that one's referring to the delayed marketing, in which case it would be does allow for the delayed marketing, or does not, which would mean, okay, then you're going active right away. Yeah. So I think that this is a common sense question and answer. However, some of you are getting very creative with your use of ChatGPT, which I appreciate you using for things like marketing or lead generation ideas. However, please do not use this for contract related questions. I promise you, I know better than ChatGPT. So give me a call because I have had this happen several times in the past couple of weeks where you are asking ChatGPT a contract related question and it is giving you a wrong answer because it doesn't know Arizona specific. And was this form filled out? And how did we handle this? Oh, and did you accidentally submit something else untimely? Oh, and how has this actually been handled through the disciplinary committee? All of those wild things. ChatGPT does not know. So I am Chat Leah. Please contact me for your contract questions.
That's check lie. So you have to tell it it's not allowed to lie.
I'm secure in my job security as far as ChatGPT goes. I'm just going to leave it at that. This was an unfortunate situation, but a good reminder. So as a courtesy to my buyers, I coordinated, meaning ordered, the pool inspection. The inspection was performed, but my buyer canceled the contract and never paid the inspector. She has since gone MIA. Am I responsible for paying the inspector? You ordered the inspection. You authorized the inspection. So sure, you could try not to pay them, but what do you think is going to happen? They're probably going to send it to collections or take you to small claims court. Do you want to deal with that? So what is the moral of the story? Do not order inspections on behalf of your clients. Do not call the HOA on behalf of your clients. Do not call the city or permitting division on behalf of your clients. The second you do, you just assumed the risk and liability for having done that. So please do not do this. I know you all want to be helpful. You know what's helpful? Sending them the information and saying, call today. That's what you need to do. That's an unfortunate $300 bill right before Christmas. Oh, this is a wild one. You all know I hate the buyer contingency addendum. I hate it, and I hate it more and more with the weirder things that we have going on. So stick with me because this is a wild ride. The buyer contingency addendum has line 65 checked. What does line 65 say? Anybody? Has to do with inspections. So line 63 says, hey, inspection period starts immediately upon contract acceptance. I want you to make a little note right now. I want you to always mark that box or counter for that box. And there are so many reasons for both sides. I understand why buyers don't want to do this. Like, well, what happens if we don't get the house? That's true. You may have spent $400 or $500 on inspections that just was totally wasted. However, what happens if you wait, you do 65, which says that your inspection period starts 3 days after delivery of your accepted offer documents to the seller. So you've now accepted a contract on your contingent home. You are waiting 3 more days to do. When did their inspection start? 3 days ago. 3 days ago. Your inspection period is now starting and you decide to cancel based on something found within the inspection. What happens? You're homeless. You're homeless, potentially. Assuming that they move forward, your buyers move forward buying your property, you can't cancel. You're obligated to proceed. So you're going to cancel now, and then what? So this is a risk for the buyer side. The risk for the seller side is my home's going to be off the market for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, however long that contingency period is, only for them to cancel on something during the inspection period that could have been discovered 3 months ago and I could have moved on to a new buyer. So for both parties' sake, always check line 63. And I want you to very tongue-in-cheek explain it to a buyer. Would you like to be out $500 or would you like to be homeless? The more candid you are about this, the more they realize, oh shit, maybe I should actually do something in the best order possible. Because here's where things get, like I said, wild. Okay, so they mark the box. 3 days after delivery of documents to the seller. Okay. Buyer accepts an offer on their contingent property on 11/22. The agent is sick, and the agent doesn't send a copy to the seller until 11/28. Okay. We didn't cure for it, which it is curable, but it's only curable if you know about it. We don't know that they accepted an offer 6 days ago, so we don't know to cure them. So now they have sent over the accepted offer documents. I'm sorry, how long does the seller have to review those? 3 days. Okay, we're now 9 days into this. And now their inspection period starts. Does anybody else see a potential problem with all of this? So they, in essence, just got a 19-day inspection period for all intents and purposes. And this is putting everybody else way behind. But again, even to the risk to the buyer. So you're almost at the end of your buyer's inspection period before yours on this side has even started. Yeah. Oh, believe me, we had to whip out calendars and start making notes and create like a Venn diagram to discover when does their inspection period actually end. Yeah, 10 days after those 3 days expire.
What's the BCA again?
The buyer contingency addendum. The most hated document in all of the documents. Okay, so are we all super clear on that situation? Liars. Yeah, like I said, the moral of the story is always check box 63. We are starting those inspections right away, period. All right, I know some of you have already seen this. There's a new scam going around where some random person reaches out to you inquiring about buying a house, selling a house, something, but they want to meet you via Zoom. Okay. I'm not saying that somebody who wants to meet you via Zoom is automatically scamming you. What I am telling you is do not accept their Zoom invites. Do not click on any Zoom links that they send you. If they want to meet with you via Zoom, you generate the Zoom link and you send it to them to meet with you. Getting information, just like anything else. So it's phishing anytime you have a link that's going to take you somewhere else and capture information. The second one is a new one, and not to call out Navi Title, but I'm going to. They are offering a service to agents that involves broadcast calls. Okay, so some of you may recall that we just went through a whole bunch of stuff regarding the updates to the TCPA laws. And one of the biggest portions about that is you now need one-on-one consent to make these types of calls. Yes, that includes text messages, and yes, that includes leaving a voicemail. So what this would do is take one generated voicemail and send it out to 500 people at a time. Is that a violation? Yes. They came back and they said, well, it's only a violation if you are marketing or soliciting. But if it's informational, it's fine. Nope. Leah says nope. What are you calling strangers about if it's not with the intention of trying to solicit for business? I don't care what you're saying on the message. I'm telling you right now, this is a problem and you will be fined for it. Not only that, but you may recall we recently had an update to our ICA. This is punishable by license severing as well, because that's how serious it is, and that you will not be covered by E&O if you are found in violation of this. You will be 100% on your own to defend yourself. So please don't do this. Does anybody know what is happening on Saturday? I can't even wrap my head around what is going on with the Department of Real Estate right now. So they have done a cursory overview. By that I mean a fully in-depth review of administrative code. They have touched or changed almost every single real estate law in that code, and it all goes into effect on Saturday the 13th. How many of you have heard about it? I sat in on a meeting yesterday and I'm like, what the hell? We don't even have clarification on some of the laws that they are changing to know what exactly it means, but they all go into place on Saturday. Because 2024, with all of the buyer broker changes, wasn't enough for you, we've now decided to make them extra complicated in Arizona as well. But don't worry, this isn't just a, oh, take a class because it's violating NAR standards. Oh no, this is law. You are violating state law if you are found in violation of any of these. While I will have more information for you as I learn more, because I had more questions than answers yesterday when we were talking to AAR's legal counsel, there are a few things that I want you to be aware of right away because many of you are in violation. And I know it because I see you on Facebook and Instagram and all these other things. They are really, really focusing on advertising. So some things to be aware of with advertising. If you are sharing or marketing another person's listing, you now need to have a full-blown disclosure that this is not your listing and it is not representative of your transactions. That's the first part. And then you still have to give credit to the listing broker. So even if we could skirt some of the rules with Armless because of IDX and sharing feeds and things like that, you still have this secondary part of the disclosure to make now, that this is not your listing. It has to be super clear to a consumer that what you are marketing is not your listing. No, it should be, I get what you're asking. It should, I'm guessing that most of this is social media based. This is not print based. I'm going to go off of that, meaning that all of your text would be the same size. However, if you are sending out like a postcard or something similar, so that's multiple layers. One, you have to have permission from the agent whose listing it was to market it at all. That's Armless rule. Then you have to make these disclosures legible enough to read to make it clear. Probably 10, maybe 12.
Would it be verbal or written?
Has to be written.
Is that from this moment forward, or is it retroactive?
No, this moment forward. Yeah, so starting the 13th, lucky 13.
So if it's on somebody's website, that
Fix it.
it's on somebody's website previously,
Is it still visible?
and it's still visible.
That you're gonna have to fix.
And they received no permission.
Yeah, part of that is because you will probably get away with social media, okay, because that's dated, right? Your website won't have dates for the accuracy of the information. So anything that's still on a website, you will have to have that disclaimer on. Yeah.
Question in the chat. Is this just electronic or paper?
It's everything. It's all marketing. So advertising encompasses all marketing.
So if you have like an IDX saying, here's all the listings in Buckeye.
And now you have to have a discussion that these are not my listings or are not a representative of my transactions.
So under each, so like let's
You don't have to do it under each. If you're doing like a let's say a mass mailer, you could just put that one disclaimer at the bottom.
Well, no, you know, on our website, we can link, you know, we can put those little searches. Here's all houses in Buckeye, here's all, you know. Are we supposed to?
Okay, so hold up a minute. Are you talking about who are you sharing these links with?
Like on your website. Like
Okay.
if you have a page, like here's the Buckeye page, here's the blah, blah, blah. Like
Yep, each of your pages at the bottom is gonna have to have a disclosure.
By the way, these 150 listings that are transferred on mine.
Yep, are not yours. Yeah, so at the bottom of each of your pages, you're gonna have that little disclosure.
Right under there.
Yeah.
Does our site automatically have that?
No, because our site's not Arizona based. Yeah, so this doesn't affect all of the other states.
Before you could go on one page, share directly to the
Now you're gonna have to have a little disclosure. Yeah. So we will talk with IT. Yeah, some of this we're waiting on, right? Because while this is what the law says, we're trying to get additional clarification on those types of things. Really, I just want you to be focused on anything you have control over right now, take care of. Because wait till I get to the progressive penalties. Oh boy, yes.
And it doesn't matter, whether it's our own brokerage listing or mobile banker, so if it's not mine, then I have to. We had an issue with somebody up in Prescott who another agent shared their listing and she was livid, which is kind of crazy.
Yep.
Because they're trying to sell it for her, you know, and there's a lawsuit.
Well, before it was fines or classes, but now we have this added element where it's, hey, it could be even worse, including loss of license. So it's starting to get more serious. Eric?
MLS feed, I'm assuming that the MLS is already working on the outlet stuff.
Yeah, I'm guessing if they don't already have something like on the bottom of each of their printouts, and probably when somebody's doing a search, there will be a little thing about, hey, this may or may not be the agent's listing and is not representative of their transactions. Yeah, they'll get on board with that once it becomes, so MLS will be safe. That's why I'm not sure how the IDX type stuff through websites might or might not work. So that's why we're waiting to see how all of these entities are going to talk to one another. Because one just starts making rules without really getting engagement from others and hearing.
So yeah, we've talked a lot about advertising for marketing purposes for listing. What about if you work for a past brokerage and you're still utilizing your sold properties that you sold in their brokerage? How does that fall into play?
I don't know. No, I feel like that's a two-part thing. One, you would need permission from that broker to market those listings regardless of status. However, would it just be sufficient to say you wouldn't have to have the disclaimer if you were actually an agent involved on those? So would it be sufficient to say just, this listing is courtesy of XYZ broker?
For instance, this broker is actually utilizing all my sold listings and paid marketing and pushing it out. So does he have to get some permission from me, or because I was under his brokerage?
So anything that was previous, so any deals that were while you were with that brokerage, he's safe because those are his listings. However, the flip side is going to be if he's still using your stuff now, that's going to be in violation. And I promise he doesn't know that because I guarantee he wasn't on the call yesterday. Okay, hold on, we got a couple more.
Now I have a team, and then I always have my one girl that does all mine, because I suck at India. So she does it for me, and I can share everything, but it's on my team.
You're probably okay. You're probably okay, because the second part of what's gonna transpire that the part we really don't know on is that it looks like the department is gonna start regulating fees.
Okay.
Which means that you're gonna have to have things on file with the department if you are a team.
Okay.
Again, I don't know how that looks, but I suspect this will fall into that category then, if you don't have to worry about all the disclosures.
Okay.
Yes, so what was that? It's pliable, yeah.
Is there any grace period mentioned, for the day or?
Yep, there hasn't been any grace period mentioned. Yeah, I'm sure that they will be a little forgiving as we kind of roll this out and are trying to get more clarification on things, but no grace period has been mentioned. All advertising using an electronic medium must comply with all requirements without the need to scroll. This is where I'm seeing most of you in violation. So if you are posting something on social media and they have to click see more before they get to your name and Realty One Group, you will be in violation. So you're going to have to start all of your social posts now with probably your name and the brokerage at the top. Oh, by the way, with that disclosure, before you actually go into marketing the property itself.
And your compliance levels will be there, and it says that your name can't be bigger than your brokerage logo. So the logo's gonna have to be big.
Well, this is all electronic.
Oh.
So this is going to be, I'm more worried about Instagram and Facebook posts that are not having the right information at the top before you click see more.
Let's say you put your name, your contact information, you probably don't need to put on the tab.
Correct. So as long as it's visible without scrolling, great point. As long as it's visible without scrolling, you will be totally fine. Yeah. Yes.
Give an example of like disclosure, create that already that you want to put on and share.
So the wording that I use, it will go out. We don't have one at the brokerage level yet, which honestly I kind of like to wait for before I just go willy-nilly and give you all something. But I'm going to give you something that will satisfy the requirement in the meantime, and that will go out in the team meeting recap. Brokerage name on advertising. Okay, this one we're still a little shaky about. So for the longest time, and they tried to pass it, where it was in essence going to be the brokerage name had to be larger. That was white. Okay, AAR got involved and said, no, that's going to be way too costly for everybody to modify on their signs, etc. However, the commissioner has defined what clear and prominent means. And she said that the brokerage name on advertising must be the same size or larger than your name or team name or logo. So most of you are okay. Man, some of those EXP, my home group KWs, those little blocks in one corner, it is absolutely not going to fly. So if you are in the process of redesigning your signs, especially, but any of your marketing, just be cognizant of this. While they're still using clear and prominent language, the commissioner has said what that means to her. So if somebody reports you, it's going to be up to the commissioner to determine, okay, are you in violation or not? And she just told you what that means. How many of you need to order new signs? No, that's why I was saying it's Saturday. This one is a little weird, and it's more of a, hey, we've already talked about this in the past. It's sharing your affiliated business agreements with the other side. Okay, for your own protection, I'm going to tell you all, when you are sending over an offer, send over our ABA with it. This is just a fail-safe, easy disclosure way so that you don't get in trouble. We are not the ones they are after, okay? The ones that they are looking for are agents, individual agents, not companies, who have market servicing agreements with different companies, and they are not disclosing that financial relationship exists. That's who they're targeting. However, better safe than sorry. It's part of your documents anyway. Just send your ABA over when you submit an offer, and then you don't have to worry about it. Now, this does mean you have to have your ABA signed right up front. So for those of you who wait until the very last minute until you need to be paid to have that signed, you now know, have it done up front.
What about the other side? Asks you, your clients to sign their.
Yeah. I'm okay with you guys signing their disclosure. It's not required, okay? The disclosure itself is what is required, and disclosure is delivery and receipt. So if they send that over to us and we receive it, disclosure has been made. However, there's no harm in signing. It's like them signing our ABA. There's no harm in them doing that. It doesn't affect anybody in the transaction. It literally is just a disclosure. This one is very concerning to me. This is probably, I know advertising is going to take a little while to get used to and figure that all out. This one I really hope we get some better clarification on. So under 1101, they removed a salesperson is not required to have expertise in subject areas other than those required to obtain the salesperson's license. Okay, so what did that mean? We didn't want you operating outside of your area of expertise. Sounds good, right? Yep. Well, they removed that. They removed that line. And now it says, a licensee shall take reasonable steps to assist a client in confirming the accuracy of information relevant to the transaction. So remember that part that I told you earlier? Don't call HOAs. Don't call cities. Don't do any of that.
Reasonable steps should be your provided.
I was going to say, my reasonable steps in that would be, I am ensuring they get that information. That would be a reasonable step. It is not me conducting investigations on their behalf or doing their due diligence on their behalf. And I truly think that is what they were aiming for here. But oh, wow, is that just vague? I don't even know. That means any client could complain about anything that transpired because they felt you should have known about it. That's concerning to me. So I don't have a great answer for you. This is one that we are trying to get further clarification on. I will say that I agree. How many of us know what we were doing as soon as we passed the salesperson exam? Liar. Your chair is on fire. So I get like, hey, we need more expertise than what that licensing gave to us, 100%. So I feel like, okay, I think that's what they're gearing toward. You should have contract competence. You should have timeline competence. These things that you weren't taught in real estate school, those would be reasonable expectations. But that's not what that says. So again, we're waiting on some more clarification. This is going to be interesting. I don't know how Realty One Group is going to handle this, but it has now been told we must. A designated broker shall establish a system for monitoring compliance with rules. The system must include a progressive disciplinary policy for violations. So that means, yeah, we will start, the spankings shall commence immediately. And then they will go up from there. So I don't know if this means you need to bring money payable to Leah Wolf Kramer, and the number increases as you go. We don't know. I don't know what the expectation is. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what we're going to end up doing. I suspect fines will be involved. So that's going to be fines from the brokerage. That's going to be potentially fines from Armless. That may be self-reporting, which also means fines from the Department of Real Estate. And those fines are going to have to get larger until probably third time you're done. And we have to sever your license. We have to sever your license with a note that you violated commissioner standards. So this is a lot.
Is that gonna filter all the way down to the simple little things, like getting your documents in on time?
Yes.
All that, so it's gonna.
Yes.
Yeah.
This applies to everything. Did you all hear that? Does this apply to things
That was for your benefit.
to little things like having your documents turned in on time? It absolutely does. When do you need to have signed documents uploaded to SkySlope? Within 72 hours of them being signed. This is buyer broker agreements. This is purchase contracts. This is listing contracts. All of those documents. So absolutely anything that falls into the administrative code or is regulated by the Department of Real Estate, any violations to any rules will have progressive penalties associated with them. And this is not just Realty One Group. This is every broker in Arizona. How many of you are a little bit worried about what is going down? Yeah, this was, I commented in the meeting yesterday, I'm like, ADRE just came out swinging. Like some of these seem very punitive. I don't know who they're attempting to punish. Others are more vague than they used to be, which really doesn't help anybody. So I'm all for gaining clarification. But these are some wild changes. So stay tuned. The more I know, the more you will know. But some things I know you're like with advertising, like I said, that is absolutely a hot button. So get on that right away. Figure out how to make sure you're implementing the right disclosure information and that all of your websites and your social media accounts are compliant. Okay, I feel like maybe I had a couple of chats. Sorry, guys. I know you've kind of been left. I love some of these. Everybody's reading your comments. Hopefully none of these are private. Yes to the websites, Gary. I think we answered that, so that's good. That's a gray area. It is. I agree, Brian. Yes, we have multiple licensed TCs in the office that are available to assist agents. Okay, I'm getting tears in my eyes just reading all this, so we're going to move on to the next slide. Let's share some good news. It's just a little bit. It's not like hyper good news, but it's relatively good news. Crawford report is not out yet, so that's why I don't have her stats to share. It usually comes out by like the 15th of the month. But look at this, guys. Closed. That's the best year since 2021. That's not too bad. We'll take it, right? It's up like 10%. We'll take it. Hey, same thing. Look at pendings. 5,700. This was with a government shutdown. So we were having issues with some of the FHA and VA loans that were happening. Not much, but they were causing some delays. Since 2021, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We celebrate the small wins, guys. We celebrate the small wins. That's right. A little something that you're welcome to share. If you say Merry Christmas, you're still my friend. If you say Happy Holidays, you're still my friend. If you use another agent, you're dead to me. Okay, get your singing voices together because we have a very special birthday on Saturday. Denise, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Give her all your love and attention, and she likes Starbucks. Just a heads up. Any other questions before we disband here? Dismantle? That was probably a more appropriate word to use, actually. What was that? We are moving on to the gift exchange. Nope, I've scared you enough for today. Recap will go out. Notes as I know them will be shared. But everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Joyous Kwanzaa.